Hi guys, a few days ago I got a little inbox message on my YouTube asking if I do the My Firsts tag. Seen it quite a lot of times. Can't remember exactly who it was that messaged me, but I'll link their YouTube username in the descriptions because I'm all about, promoting upcoming YouTubers because hopefully that's what you see me as, but whether or not you do, entirely up to you. So I'm just going to dive right in. What was your first tweet? My first tweet was exactly more or less 2 years ago because I joined Twitter the 8th of August 2 years ago, which was my birthday because God knows why I wanted to join, but anyway, joined and didn't really use it for, a good few months after that, but then sort of started getting really into it because it's a lot easier to use than Facebook, and with Facebook deciding that it wants to change everything every 3 flaming days, it's kind of annoying. Whereas Twitter has more or less stayed the same. I think they've had, minor updates, but it's not been as drastic as Facebook. But anyway, my first tweet was to, I think if I remember, it was at Sarah Millican76, I think her username is, and it's Sarah Millican the comedian. Basically asking if she could give me a shout out. Somewhat along the lines, not entirely sure what it was, but I remember it was to Sarah Millican. So, yeah, there you go. The next one is, who did you first subscribe to on YouTube? Now, if you have watched my first ever YouTuber Inspirations video, which I'll link somewhere in the video, you will know that the first person I subscribed to was Locono, and the way that I did that is basically, I was getting this iPad that I'm filming on, and I wanted to know what the best apps were. So basically I just typed in best apps for iPad, and he was the first one that I came up with, and yeah, just fell in love with all their videos because he's absolutely hilarious. Very quirky, but yet hilarious at the same time. The next one is, do you ever talk to your first love? Well, having not been in love yet, that's kind of difficult, but you never know. Next was, what was your first alcoholic drink? Now, my first alcoholic drink was when I was about 13. Now, I should mention that I'm not a big drinker still to this day, and it was an alcoholic shandy, which is basically watered down beer with lemonade. Yeah, it's not the best taste. The next question is, what was your first job? Now, my first job was when I was in sixth form, which is basically college. Well, sort of. And I more or less helped out once a week on the lunchtime service, whatever you want to call it. Got paid, I think it was something like £3-4, but there you go, it went towards my CV, which God knows why I wanted to do that, but it was the first job. Next is, what was your first car? My first car was nothing, because I can't drive. Yeah, because of my condition, I'll never be able to drive. So if I got behind the wheel of a car, trust me, there would be a lot of dead bodies around Whipster. Yeah, not a good thing. The next question is, what was your first text this morning? Well, this morning my first text, ironically, was from my phone network provider telling me that there was an offer on a particular shop. No idea why to do that, but there you go. My first proper text this morning was from my mum telling me that she'd be going out and to look after the dogs. Yeah. Next question is, who was your first grade, I'm guessing by grade you mean first year, school teacher? My first grade teacher, school teacher, was a woman by the name of Mrs. Tikka. Now, you did spell it the same way that you spell tikka as in the Indian food. Yeah. She was, well, bearing in mind that it was about 20 years ago now, can't really remember all that much apart from her name, but there you go. The next question is, what was the first thing you did this morning? The first thing I did this morning is the first thing I do every morning, which is pick up the iPad and check my mail. Basically because if I've got a tweet during the night or a Facebook message or anything like that, it instantly comes up in my mail rather than having to go into all the different separate apps. So it's just easier that way. The next question is, what was the first sport you participated in? Yeah, right. I don't do sport. It's not my thing, no. Nowhere. Probably the only sport I did was PE, and that was very, very reluctantly, but there you go. My next question is, what was the first foreign country you went to? The first foreign country that I went to was Crete in Greece, which was in about 2006, so yeah, quite a fair while ago, but there you go. It was an enjoyable trip, very strange because I'd never been out of the country before, and very, very hot, and if you watch my videos, me and hotness do not really mix, so yeah. The next question is, if I had one wish, what would it be? Not really a first question, but there you go. The one wish that I would have is that they invented a cure for my eye condition that I have so that I can see properly, but hopefully that'll come some sort of way down the future, but you never know. The next question is, what is the first thing that you do when you get home? The first thing I do when I get home is probably what everyone does when they first get home, is I sit my ass down and I get a drink and check my Twitter. Yeah. And then there's just the one final question, which is, when was your first kiss? And this is going to be really, really nasty, but there you go. To find out that, you're going to have to subscribe.
Well, now it's Luke Samsung. Yeah, he's at it once again. Well, now it's Luke Samsung. Yeah, he's at it once again. You know that I'm so proud to call him one of my good friends.